If you're clicking on this one, you just came from my introduction video. Uh, Honestly, I genuinely don't know what to talk about in this first video. I'm gonna just kind of talk about what comes to mind. And if I'm being honest, the first thing that does come to mind, what I was speaking on, was being necessarily lost in my passion and what I want to do. I was talking about it with one of my friends the other day, uh, and I was just saying, like, people who are in their 30s, 40s, who are older than the age of 25, and they just say, yeah, they remember when they were 18 and they knew what they didn't want to do. Or, like, they didn't know what they wanted to do after high school. And when they say that, they don't necessarily go into, like, depth and what they mean on that. And I'm stuck in this feeling of emptiness, I guess, about, did they feel the same way? Did they feel how I feel in the moments that I think about what I'm going to do after high school? Like, do they feel like, not necessarily a failure, but did they feel like they were on the pace to become one? You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying necessarily that's how I feel, but it's definitely a big fear of mine of how I feel. Just because, like I said, everyone seems like they have it figured out. And I know people always say, like, oh, don't believe what you see on the outside, this, that, and the third. And I get that, don't get me wrong. But it's like, it's a completely normal human reaction to feel like that. So at the same time, your first immediate reaction is thinking, damn, they have it all figured out. They know what they're doing. Their parents are probably proud. They made their peers proud. You know what I'm saying? And as shitty as it sounds, it's usually the more fortunate people who have it figured out. You know what I'm saying? And I don't necessarily mean to come off in, a rude way, but typically that's how it goes, and you're just sitting there like, damn. But then you're also like, damn, I don't want to feel sorry for myself because no one is gonna sit around and come pick up after you. But it's just at one point of age and time do you find your passion, you know? And you kind of just sit at this time of night, 12:40 at night, and you just sit and think and think and think, and you lose sleep just thinking. And you're just like, damn, bro. Because realistically, how much time we spend thinking, that's useful time we could have been using being productive on whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's just a wormhole. It's just an abyss of things going back and forth and back and forth. But I don't know. That's just something that's been more on my mind recently because graduation is so close. I swear we were literally, and I don't mean to swear, but I kid you not, we were literally just in 8th grade, 9th grade, you know what I'm saying? Like, we felt like we had all the time in the world. But truth is, we really didn't. Time caught up to us. And I mean, to be fair, that's what we asked for as kids. We said we wanted to grow up, and now that we have, regret that shit. I don't know. It's just scary going on to new things. It's such a big change in our lives. Just because we, from the age of 5 to 18, we were just on one schedule, 9 months a year, 24 hours, 8 hours a day, at a place that's supposed to help us figure out what we're supposed to do in this world. But then at the same time, the place that's supposed to help us doesn't help us at all. The stuff we're learning nowhere near what's gonna happen when we step out after we get out of high school, college. Like, it leaves kids clueless, and then they judge kids based off their test scores and numbers, and it's like test scores don't define who you are, and it's complete bullshit. If I'm being totally honest. But at what age do you find your passion? Who knows? I guess we just gotta keep rolling the dice and gambling and see where life takes you.